Is it cheaper to build your own house than buy one? So okay, I know you've already seen a lot of videos about building a house versus buying a house. For this topic, I'll take a different approach because I have the opportunity to live in a vicinity where I can really actually compare building a house from buying a house with all the information I have at hand. So here you can see a subdivision where you can buy a house and lot on the other side and build on the other. Let's compare it side by side. Here it says, based on the ads, is a duplex type of house selling at 4.9 million with a floor area of 90 square meters and a lot area of 116 square meters. Currently, the market value of the lot in the area is around 6,000 per square meter up to 8,500 per square meter. So 116 square meters times 8,500 per plus square meter. Plus 10% miscellaneous fees allotted for other expenses. So the value of the lot is 1 million pesos. So as for the value of structure, its selling price less the value of lot, 4.9 less 1 million equals 3.9 million. So the estimated value of the house is 3.9 million and the construction cost is around 43,000 per square meter. I know it's a bit too high, but it is inclusive of the profit of the developer. It's a business after all. In a subdivision where you can buy a lot first then build a house later on, here's the cost. Since it's located within the vicinity with less amenities, its value is at 6,000 per square meter. So the lot will only cost you 765,000. As for the structure, it would depend on the location and the level or standard of its finishing. For a conservative estimate between 30,000 and 35,000, the value of the house is 3 million. The total cost if you're going to build your own house is 3.8 million. So let's compare it side by side. The cost would be 3.8 million if you're going to build your own house versus 4.9 million if you're going to buy a house. So that's a 1 million peso difference. But of course, we have to take into consideration the following: the amenities, the security, the view, period of construction, and of course, the brand. Brands sometimes can charge more because of its perceived value. Like last year, I did a video where I compared affordable houses and there are subdivisions that cost a little more. And I just found out that it's not because of the materials or the location, it's mostly because of the brand. For buying a house, here are some of the pros. Number one, it's more convenient. You only have to choose from the options presented to you. Number two, it's easier to finance because some developers usually have tie-ups with banks. And the cons, number one, it's fixed. You can modify it. It may require you a lot of money to extend or rebuild parts of your house. Number two, it can be costly, especially if it's a ready for occupancy house. So you know how much we can save if it's pre-selling, right? And for those who are buying readily available house and lot, you have to scrutinize if it's really worth your money. Not because of the hype, but because you can compare it side by side with other similar projects around the area. It has to stand out for the right reasons, like it's a better location, there's better financing, and there's better amenities. It's really a game of compare and contrast. How about building a house? Here are the pros. Building a house, you have the freedom to design and customize your own house. For some people, it's priceless to have that freedom. Number two is you can control your expenses. So when you customize your house the way you want it, it means that you can opt for a cheaper material or a smaller room or a cheaper finishing or less fixtures. It really depends if you're going to stick within your budget. So the cons, so it can be a long process from buying a lot to finding the right contractor for you. So I know it's generally cheaper, but building a house, based on my experience, it's very tempting, especially in its finishing stages. You know, you want to change your tiles, you want some solar panels, you want a smart home. So is it cheaper to buy a house or build one? So with this one, it's clearly cheaper to build a house. But if you're after convenience, I recommend buying a house. But if you want the freedom to customize, to design or tweak your future home, then building a house is for you. So thank you again for watching. I'm Chris and see you guys next week. Bye!